Am I the asshole for taking my nephew back to my sister's husband after she left him with me? My sister had her baby 6 months ago and this morning she brought him to my apartment. It was 10 a.m. and I, 19M, was half asleep. She asked me if I could watch him really quick cause she had some stuff to do and call her if anything. He was asleep so I said okay. But he woke up 20 minutes later crying. I gave him his bottle and he was calm for a bit but started crying again. IDK what to do with babies so I call my sister. She says she's still stuck running errands but she'll try to be there soon. When I asked if Ted her husband could come get him she said to leave him alone cause he's busy with work at the house. Literally an hour later and he's still screaming his head off. I tried looking up how to calm him down so I'm rocking him, trying to play on the floor or showing him my phone but nothing. He wasn't having it. I call my sister 2 more times. First time she tells me to give him his bottle which I already did and says she'll be soon. Second time she tells me to relax and is almost done. Called her again 40 minutes later but this time it goes to voicemail. Then I started to smell something bad and it was because my nephew shit in his diaper. Smell was awful and I said, hell no. Cause I do not have it in me to change a shitty diaper and nothing I did was making him stop crying. He was red in the face from crying all this time. I texted my sister telling her I was gonna take him to their house but didn't get a reply. Ted was confused when I got there. I told him my sister said she had stuff to do and left him with me but my nephew wouldn't stop crying. He has a dirty diaper and my sis won't answer me. Guys, he was so pissed off. He took my nephew and told me thank you for bringing him back. That was it and when I got back home my sister was calling me. She was flipping out asking why TF I took the baby back to their house when she told me not to. It's cause she told Ted she was taking my nephew to her friend's house to have breakfast so her friend could see him and now he's mad at her because obviously she didn't do that. My parents told me they in the middle of a huge fight and I should have stayed out of it and babysat my nephew. IDK what's going on? All I know is Ted not talking to her. My sister called me a couple of times to tell me stuff and she can't believe I was such a shit brother that I couldn't do one simple favor for her when she needed it. Now I'm feeling bad and IDK if I should have done different. Was I an asshole for taking my nephew back instead of waiting for her to show up? Edit. Since some of you are focused on the dirty diaper thing. Yeah, it makes me sick and wanna puke just seeing my sister do it. Not gonna have kids cause I'm not built for that stuff and wasn't gonna even try it with him. Also he wasn't with the dirty diaper that whole time. Less than 15 minutes because soon as I knew it was a dirty diaper I drove him to their house. He definitely wasn't dirty before that because he was making a face when he did go and that's when the bad smell came. Not the asshole. Who lied to her husband? Your sister. Who lied to you, by omission? Your sister. Who didn't pick her phone when her baby was left with a babysitter? Your sister. Who's responsible of the situation? Your sister. ETA. Thank you so much for the awards. Not the asshole. Sounds like your sister is having an affair. Shame on her for putting you in the middle. Not the asshole. It sounds like your sister just got caught cheating on her husband. Neither the affair or her getting caught are your fault. Your parents are either being lied to about what happened or are assholes for enabling your sister. You didn't insert yourself in this situation, your sister dragged you in. Not the asshole. You took the baby to its legal father. It's obvious, no offense, that you are not equipped to care for a 6-month-old baby. Taking the baby to its father when your sister ghosted you was the right thing to do for the baby. Sis is pissed you blew her cover and her husband discovered her lie about where she was going. Now she's in deep shit, which is 100% her fault. Not the asshole. Your sister is having an affair. Not the asshole. But your sister is. Just what, or who, was she doing that she had to lie to husband about? Not the asshole. First of all, watching him really quick is watching him for 10-20 minutes, not for over 2 hours, so she was already an asshole for forcing that on you. Secondly, you didn't feel comfortable taking care of an infant so you took him to his father. The fact that this revealed your sister lied to him is in no way your fault. She was clearly doing something she didn't want him to know about and got exposed as a liar, but that is entirely her fault, not yours. Not the asshole. Your sister shouldn't have dropped him off at your house unannounced, and shouldn't have lied to her husband. I have a feeling she is cheating on Ted and didn't want the guy to know she had a kid. Not the asshole. The information you were given at the beginning made it seem like any big baby tasks were not in your hands. Personally, diapers seem like no big deal to me, but we aren't the same person. When you were feeling out of your depth and unsure of what to do, you took the baby to the only available parent. You had no way of knowing your sister was sneaking around, but even if you did, the baby needed more care than you could provide. Not the asshole. But next time refuse to take the baby unless you have backup and evidence your sister will return in a timely manner as agreed upon. If this is real, I am significant othersod for this baby. How did you even get him back to the house? I doubt you have a car seat base. Oh my god. Not the asshole. I hope Ted is a good father and takes that baby far away. Not the asshole. Did she even give you diapers and wipes, or just a bottle and a car seat? Also, I'm a mom. I have 2 kids. Changing poop diapers, pull-ups makes me vomit if they're bad enough because I have such a weak stomach with a strong sense of smell. Not the asshole. If your sister wants your cooperation in an act of deception targeting her husband, she needs to ask for it. Not the asshole. She dropped off her baby without warning or giving you a time when she would be back. Not only that, but she included you in the lie to her husband, who was clearly able to watch the kid while she was away. This whole thing is super suspicious of her, and you did absolutely nothing wrong. I sense there are bigger issues going on here. Your sis and her husband are having issues, and this is not your problem. If your sister needed a morning alone, she should have told you that. Also, sorry to be sexist and stereotype you, but who the hell drops off a baby with a 19-year-old guy with no experience of looking after a 6-month-old baby? Not the asshole. Not the asshole. If she wanted to run errands without a baby, she could have left the kid with his father. Not the asshole. What the fuck? And she only brought 1 bottle? I always bring 2 even if my son is only being watched for a couple hours because things happen. Sounds like she is lying big time about something to her husband, and that isn't your problem. She was neglecting her baby by randomly dropping him off with someone who doesn't know how to change diapers or deal with babies in general. She deserves whatever shit she gets. Not the asshole. The sister blindsided you. Lied to her husband, and who knows what mischief she was up to pulling such a stunt. No good, that's for sure. Not the asshole. I'm glad you brought the baby back to his dad. He was obviously distressed and you didn't know what to do. It's better to take him back than to let him suffer. He could have gotten a gnarly diaper rash if you waited on his mom to come and change him. Not the asshole. She abandoned her baby with you knowing you were ill-equipped to care for him. She then got herself caught in a lie. You can shut down your parents and everyone else who tell you that you're in the wrong. Not the asshole. Sister is straight up neglectful to her infant son and lying outright to her trusting husband. Not the asshole. Your sister's a liar, and that's not on you. How were you supposed to stay out of it when your sister abandoned her baby at your house and wouldn't answer the phone? How were you supposed to know she lied to her husband? I'm just sitting here now wondering if she was out cheating. Because this is definitely suspicious behavior, and bad parenting on her part. Edit. Word spelling. Not the asshole. Taking him to his dad was a good idea. Not the asshole. Your sister also kept you in the dark. Had she told you that she needed help because she was in a fight with her husband, you could have acted differently. Nevertheless, you already tried your best to make the baby stop crying and texted her multiple times. If she didn't have a caretaker sorted out for her own baby, she should not have gone out to run errands. Bottom line, that's not your child, so it's not your responsibility to babysit, especially if it was supposed to be really quick, but ended up being more than an hour. Not the asshole. Your sister is shady AF. You didn't cause any of this. But seriously, don't leave a baby in a poopy diaper just because his mom sucks. That's not cool. Poor kid is going to need you in his life. Be a good uncle. Not the asshole. Your parents are crazy. Not the asshole. It's suspicious, as most people have already said. Chances are she wasn't being honest with you about errands because she told you a lie. She told her husband something completely different. Usually you kinda lie the same so you don't get tripped up, I'd assume? IDK, and it feels like she just dropped her son off for what she said was a short time, but was easily over an hour from what you've said. Not the asshole. She was wrong for doing this to you. Woke you up, burdened you, and was doing who knows what. Sorry, play silly games, win silly prizes. As for your parents, you did watch him, for multiple hours. You are not his father. You are 19 yo. I'd get it if you have babysat or worked with small children in the past, but this is BS. Sorry op. Not the asshole. There are a lot of comments about your sister potentially cheating, and IDK, it could be the issue. Honestly, I didn't even think that until I saw it commented. There's a chance your sister is feeling overwhelmed with being a new mom and doesn't know how to communicate this. Maybe she intended to see a friend and then just felt she needed time alone? It still doesn't change the fact that you did nothing wrong. Not the asshole. She is pissed because she was caught cheating on her husband. Not the asshole. That was really scummy of your sister to pull. Not the asshole. She wasn't honest with anyone and this is the hole she dug with her lies. Not the asshole. She dumped your nephew on you without really asking. It's just here he is and she'll be real quick. Except she wasn't quick at all. It sounds like she was gone over an hour or more and you didn't really agree to that. You also tried to comfort him but you really don't seem equipped for taking care of a 6-month-old baby. That isn't a criticism. She stopped answering the phone too, just brushing you off. Your sister also lied to her husband. That's really sus. You didn't do anything wrong. You took your nephew back to his dad cause sis left you dangling out there without a net. It was the right thing to do. Sis is just mad cause she got caught in a big lie. And how did your parents expect you to stay out of it when she dumped her baby on unprepared you? Unfortunately, I think the general consensus is that the sis used you to cover for, let's even say it's not affair or drugs, that she did not want her husband to find out about. The only reason you would be the asshole here is if you willingly covered for her knowing that she was off, doing errands. If you don't know how to deal with babies, you probably should have refused to take the kid. Sure, he might be sleeping when mom drops him off, but he's going to awake eventually. And it's pretty selfish to show up on a family member's doorstep with notice expecting free babysitting services. Your sister lied to you and to her husband about where she was going. She's clearly the a-hole here. Not the asshole. Not the asshole. Your sister got a lot of explaining to do. Please keep us updated. Not the asshole. Your sister was with her boyfriend. Not the asshole. It's not your responsibility to babysit with zero notice anytime your sister wants to cheat on her husband. Not the asshole. Your sister is the one who dropped her baby off with a completely inappropriate babysitter, not prepared at all, not willing to change a diaper. This isn't a snipe at you, it's on her, the mother of the kid, to make sure that the caregivers she chooses are able to actually care for the baby. Also, yeah, I didn't think about it at first, but what was she doing that she needed to lie about her plans? I think everyone is probably right. Affair. Not the asshole. All your sister needed to do is not be a liar, first to her husband with whatever sneaky bullshit she was up to, and then when she told you it was just a quickie. She sounds pretty dumb to me. What is wrong with all these selfish, irresponsible, entitled parents that think they can drop children off anywhere for hours, days? Not the asshole. I'd change the locks if she has a key and make it clear you will not babysit again under any circumstances. I think you just helped your brother-in-law to realize his wife is probably cheating on him. LMAO. Not the asshole. Not the asshole. Very much sounds like an affair or another activity that she wanted to hide from her husband. Not the asshole. Your sister decided to lie. Now she gets to deal with the consequences. If you lied, it would be your fault, but seeing as how you didn't tell Ted any lies, I cannot see how it's your issue. Not the asshole. Sounds like she's cheating on her husband and is only pissed cause now she has to explain to him why she lied. And why she's such an irresponsible parent at that, who doesn't pick up the phone when the person they left their baby with calls? Not the asshole. She should probably have told you that she'd lied to her husband about where their child was and who was watching him. It can't really be your fault for outing her lies when you didn't even know about them. Not the asshole. She dropped the baby off on no notice without being 100% positive you knew what to in the event of every likely scenario. That's terrible parenting. You always make sure your babysitter knows what to do, and if they don't, then you find another babysitter. This wasn't even an emergency, so there is no possible excuse. Kudos to you, Op, for recognizing you weren't up to the task of babysitting and taking your nephew to safety with his dad. That was absolutely the best action for you to take. Your sister should read this post and hopefully realize just how irresponsible as a mother she was. If she wanted to go out and have a baby-free time, she could have been honest from the start and left the baby at home with his dad. Instead, she used the baby as the excuse to leave and promptly dumped him on you. Not the asshole. Ya sister is cheating, lol. Not the asshole. She is lying and putting kid at risk. Do what you gotta. Not the asshole. Not your fault your sister lied to her husband, that was 100% on her. She also didn't ask if you would mind babysitting, she dumped her kid on you with no notice. I wouldn't do that to any of my own family members unless it was a serious emergency and I had no other choice. So now I can't help wondering, was she really running errands, or was she meeting up with someone in a way that would have been inconvenienced by a baby? Given that she lied to both you and her husband about why she went out. Quite honestly, it sounds like she's trying to cover up an affair.